and happy Valentine's Day. The day of love, of passion, of romance, of pink frilly things that are everywhere in all the stores and all the walls, in everyone's mind even. It's a fun day. It's especially if you love pink or red and purples and all those fun little frilly colors. Anyway, today is Valentine's Day, and if you're in a relationship with you spend your day with your significant other, and you spend most of the day expressing your sentiments to each other in whatever way you both see fit, whether that's going to a movie together, having a nice fancy dinner, just playing games for the rest of the day, board games, video games, otherwise, and just enjoying each other's company. And if you're a fangirl like me, you spend your day with your other loves. Maybe not human ones, but the other loves that you are so passionate about that every day fills you with joy and love and makes you smile. I'm talking about fandoms, and I'm also talking about shipping. So for those of you who don't quite understand what shipping is, how ships are formed, or any of that lovely fandom jazz that fangirls just kind of naturally seem to progress to, let me give you a quick explanation about ships and shipping. In fandom, the word ship doesn't refer to a naval vessel, but instead refers to relationship. Just cut it off, and there you go, you have a ship. In a fandom, when you ship something or some people, you have two or more individuals who you love to see interact with each other or think that they suit each other well. This could be in a platonic relationship, this could be in a less platonic relationship, which would be slash, or it could be in a crossover in which they've never actually met each other canonically, but you still feel that if they had met each other, they might make a good couple or they might make a good pair. Now, while the concept of shipping tends to be very straightforward definition, the art of shipping itself tends to be a little more complex, especially when you have various categories, such as slash, crack, platonic, crossover shipping, and so many other genres that we'll talk about at some other point. But the actual art of shipping, especially when it comes to two different characters that non-canonically are not in a relationship, that tends to be a skill that only the best fangirls can hone. So because it's Valentine's Day, I thought I would put myself, the ultimate fangirl, to the challenge and see if I could ship two seemingly random characters together and make it compatible. Okay, give me the boxes.
I'm excited to see. Oh, what if they're both the same character? Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Well, I can make that work. So to do this ultimate shipping challenge, I have bought two Adventure Time miniseries vinyl figures. I don't know which ones they are because they are both mystery boxes. And to start off with an easy one, I'm going to open these two and I will see which characters they are, and I will explain to you how that ship works, platonic or otherwise. It's time to reveal the love. So again, I mentioned, I do no idea what characters are in here. I just have a small example of what I might get. And this is not paid advertisement or anything. So, this is just all for fun and the lulz and the crack, and I really think it's going to be fun. So, let's open these up. So the first character we have is... I can't find the bottom. So the first character we have is... Finn! Pajama Finn. I actually think he has his grass sword in here. Yeah! Oops. Our first contender is Finn the Human from Adventure Time with his grass sword and cute pajamas. Hazmat! Let's see who Finn shall be matched up with. And... ship is with... oh! Princess Bubblegum. So my challenge is to ship Finn the Human and Princess Bubblegum, which is not a challenge at all. We all know that Finn the Human had a big crush on Princess Bubblegum a long, long time ago. That was before, of course, he met the Fang Princess and fell in love with her, and then they kind of broke up, and that was really, really sad. And poor Finn. You don't really have you don't have much luck with girls right now, do you? During the time where Princess Bubblegum reverted to a younger version of herself, I think there was a lot of subtext there that they were basically, they both liked each other and they were heading towards a relationship, had Bubblegum not needed to grow up very quickly in order to regain her kingdom back from Lemongrab. So, it's kind of canon, and yet it wasn't totally canon. So this is a little disappointing. It's not much of a challenge, really, because they already go together quite well. Not only is Finn Princess Bubblegum's defender, and he is her knight, her warrior, the one that she depends on to protect the Candy Kingdom and most of the land of Ooh. But it's also that Finn is growing up. And that was a problem before, was that Princess Bubblegum not only devoted her entire life to the land of Ooh and her Candy Kingdom, which is part of the reason why that she and Marceline broke up, which was very sad, but it was also because Finn was a little less mature than she was. But nowadays, Finn's growing up. He's learning a lot. He's becoming more mature. Still a kid, but he's becoming a more mature character. The other problem is that they don't really have the same kind of interest. They both want to protect the land of Ooh, and they love the citizens, but Princess Bubblegum is more into science, while Finn, he likes science, but he's only interested in seeing what science does rather than the actual experimental, scientific, knowing what you're doing and what the results are going to be part. So they have their differences, but that doesn't mean that they can't complement each other. Finn and Bubblegum are a fairly popular ship in the Adventure Time fandom anyway, and you gotta admit they're rather cute for a kind of canonic ship, which sometimes doesn't happen often. So that's also the factor that's going for them. Who knows, maybe one day Finn, the human, when he stops being Finn the child and becomes Finn the man, will actually be a very compatible candidate to protect and rule with Princess Bubblegum. We don't know exactly what happens to the future of the Candy Kingdom. We do know that Bubblegum will always be there is always looking out for her subjects. But lately, with the way the series has been going, she's starting to realize that she needs to be a little more feeling, and she can't always devote herself to her subjects. She needs to devote some of her life to herself and potentially relationships. As I said, not much of a challenge because who knows, these two might end up being together in the end after all. So unfortunately, that wasn't much of a challenge, and I was hoping that even within the same serial, I'd be able to come up with two characters that weren't so well paired out or as canonical as these two were. So that's a little disappointing. So in order to spice things up, I have asked a friend of mine to pick out two of my other vinyl characters and pick them out at random, and I'm going to try and explain why these two would make a good ship or how they could be paired together, platonically or otherwise. I'm a little nervous because I have various fandoms of vinyl pops on my shelf, and this could go horribly wrong or this could go horribly right. I guess we'll see. How you doing over there? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Oh, okay. This is going to be a fun one. So here we have an example of a crossover, definitely crack ship. Harry Potter from Harry Potter, possibly one of the best stories ever told, and Eric Cartman from, well, in this case he's the High Wizard from Stick of Truth video game. And this is what we're going to work with. We will make these two a ship. Now of course this would be a crossover AU where Stick of Truth happens within the Harry Potter universe. Although we could argue that the Harry Potter universe happens within our universe. First we'll start off with the fact that they are both wizards, even though Eric Cartman isn't actually a wizard, but on the Stick of Truth he is a high wizard who's has an overly exaggerated, powerful sorcerer, and this is really bad in real life. In which case, Eric Cartman, being Eric Cartman and being a high wizard that he is, would see potential in befriending Harry Potter, who is the boy who lived, who is very well renowned and who holds a lot of popularity and a lot of status. Now, Eric Cartman, wanting to befriend Harry Potter in order to elevate his own superior status and say that, haha, my friend is Harry Potter. Sucks to be you guys. That could work as a friendship. I mean, avowedly one-sided, and Harry, having lived with Dudley, would see a lot of Dudley in Eric Cartman. And I'm not just talking about size-wise. Theoretically, these two wouldn't really get along a lot, but Harry's been shipped with a lot of people who he doesn't get along with or is enemies with. Now, of course, like I said, Eric wouldn't want to technically be Harry's enemy until Harry finally pushed him away enough that Eric decided that he was going to make Harry his enemy and destroy him. So far, I don't see this going very well with the two of them. So how would these two work out into a relationship, you ask? Well, technically they wouldn't. They would end up being slashed, and there'd be a lot of love-hate. A lot of love-hate, and a lot of confusion. But needless to say, it would be a very, very complicated relationship, and maybe Harry would be able to find some good in Eric Cartman. Meanwhile, Eric Cartman, being the total dickbags that he is, would continue to pursue Harry, and maybe, just maybe, find that he's more interested in the boy who lived, not just because of his social status, because of something deeper. I'm getting a little creeped out just trying to think about it. But sometimes that's how ships are made. And sometimes ships shouldn't be made. And thus, I proudly proclaim this ship Herrick. You'll be seeing all the fan fictions and all the fan art for these two now. Just you wait, it's going to be the next big thing. As I said, shipping is an art, and sometimes it's a collaborative art. Ships take a whole crew. In that case, it is very much like a naval vessel, because a ship only really floats and only really works well when a collaboration of people, like-minded people, see two characters and, as I said before, find little details and little things that originally one person themselves might not be able to think of, such as finding connections, finding similarities that other people have, find some way that they like seeing them together in one way or another. And that is how one of the great things about fandom is that it is a collaborative effort of all the fans put together that notice things, that think of new ways and new ships and new key aspects of a show, of a book, of whatever your fandom is. That being said, crack ships, you only really need one person to find some similarity or find some fun in seeing these two characters connect with each other and possibly imagine where it could go from there. That's the fun of shipping, really. You just get up to two characters and you find a way to make them love each other and try not to, lose your mind in the process. And that was the shipping challenge. Hopefully you enjoyed me scramble around trying to make connections to pair the last couple together. If you guys want to see me do this challenge again with different characters or in a different format, please let me know down below, because I would love to do this again and try and rack my brains and my ultimate fangirl knowledge to try and create more awesome, potentially corrosive and dangerous and very, very weird in a very crackish crossover pairing. Again, just for the last one. The first one was fairly easy and straightforward, but sometimes that's not a bad thing because you get to expand on your own knowledge and imagine in some kind of AU or some kind of future what kind of connection or relationship these two characters could have or further run into, and explain why you ship it or why you don't, or why altogether you think maybe it might work. That's the fun of shipping. You don't always have to follow something religiously. You don't have to follow a ship religiously to still be on board of it. I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day, whether you're spending it with a significant other. I hope you both enjoy the day and do something you like. If you're not in a relationship, pick the date for yourself. There's nothing saying that you can't enjoy Valentine's Day if you don't have a relationship or if you're not together with someone. Enjoy the day for yourself. Do whatever you love. If you're a fangirl like me, sitting alone at home, read fanfiction, watch AMVs, come up with stories and fan art yourself. Enjoy the love that's spread today. And I wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you